Gideon Optics changes the way you enjoy your gun. From rifle optics like the Guardian LPVO to pistol optics like the Omega and Rock, Gideon Optics engineers sights and scopes packed with bleeding-edge features and price them fairly for gun owners that require the best on the range, on duty, or on their hip. GideonOptics.com, where affordability meets quality. Save 10% with code FRN10. Now, to your podcast.
Welcome to the Firearms Insider Gun and Gear Review Podcast, episode 547. This show is brought to you by Primary Arms, Walker Defense, XS Sights, and VZ Grips. In this show, we'll be discussing the DY9, the Vanquish 1022 suppressor, barrel, various stuff, Glock Mag 1911, a Wolverine, and Rusty has us a ranch rifle review.
Ooh.
As you may know, we showcase guns, gear, anything else you might be interested in. We do our best to evaluate products from an unbiased and honest perspective. I'm Chad Wallace, host of the most dedicated firearm podcast around, and tonight we have Tony, Rob, and Rusty. And because of that, first up, Primary Arms seeks to provide you the best shopping experience for everything firearms. They have over 13,000 products. I keep meaning to check that. I'm going to write myself a note while I'm reading this. From your favorite brands, including a complete selection of rifles, handguns, firearm parts, and shooting gear. Every order comes with a commitment to superior service, fast shipping, and an expert support team. And don't forget to check out their line of Primary Arms optics because they're a great value in the optics line. Now, because Rusty has a review for us, our Primary Arms product of the week this week is the Foxtrot Mic Lightweight AR receiver, which I did not know they made. And it's basically a stripped lower receiver, but it's lightweight and got a bunch of cutouts in it. I thought it was pretty cool. So it's there. You can find everything you need by heading over to primaryarms.com. Now, who wants to go first on what they did? Rob, you want to go first, right? You blew up your blow-up dolls, and you put some, I don't know, coverings on your windows, the two you have.
Yes, I'm getting ready for the hurricane that's coming in. Thank God I live on the east side of Florida, not the west side of Florida. By the time it gets to me, it should be Cat 1 or lower. But it's still going to be windy, rainy, and crappy Thursday night or tomorrow night. But,
Right. I hear you.
Luckily, my sister, like we're talking, we got on, she lives in the Tampa area, so she evacuated, thankfully, because that last hurricane flooded her house and destroyed a lot of her electrics, and now this one's going to probably take what's left, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's too bad.
So as far as what I did in guns, I've been working, so not too much in firearms.
Yeah, I kind of expected that. So I know Tony did something. So how about you, Rusty?
Well, I didn't do a whole lot in guns. I've been adding parts onto my SBR. I got in a package from Shield Arms and installed the metal mag release and got the 3 15-round mags for the 43X. Went on a wagon train ride over the weekend with my girls. And I thought it was cool because I carried my Colt King Cobra and my Galco Combat Master Holster, which is pretty cool. It kind of stood out there.
I have a question though. If you went on a wagon train, why didn't you carry one of those single action revolvers?
Well, I could have, but I didn't want to stand way out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now I will. I am at the end of the month. I will either do that or I'm carrying a 10 millimeter because we're going to do one down in Dry Creek, which is south of us, but it's over in the Chattahoochee area, which is bear and hog country. And we're going to actually be in the woods instead of on the road. So I really wasn't more worried about two-legged predators, meth heads and stuff like that than I am critters. So, but yeah.
I hear you. So that's awesome. Tony, I heard you shot a 22 match or something. And it looked like you actually could shoot for a second there.
Oh, I actually shot more than a 22 match. I was shooting all weekend. I shot Friday at USPSA indoor match, and I got a video of one run because I don't want to bother people, but I asked somebody to film it, and of course, I think my extractor's going because I had 8 failures to extract
Oh,
in one stage. So it was like bang, bang,
What kind of ammo were
bang,
you running?
bang.
it's factory new, right? Ammo.
I mean,
Factory
you weren't
ammo. Yeah, I wasn't.
running- Okay, you weren't running that cheap Russian crap, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nope, it was a couple
I've
of
never when you could get that Russian stuff, the steel case stuff. I never had a problem with it. Other people
Really?
do. Yeah, the only
God.
ammo I've
No.
really ever had a problem with is the aluminum cased stuff, like from.
I only had problems with the herders. One lot of herders, and that was that lot. I bought it from a guy who said, "I'm having problems with this, and I just want to get rid of it. It's jamming up my guns, and it jammed up my CZ, my Glock.
Yeah,
It was garbage."
yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
but yeah, that was a problem. So my run reflected it, because you can't have 8 stoppages and even think you're gonna come out.
No.
Is this with your Glock?
Yep, this is with my Glock. So I came back, I tore it apart. I just cleaned it regular. I didn't tear it apart, so I'm thinking either extractor's going, maybe. I don't know, because what happened is it didn't extract it out of the chamber, and it tried to feed the next one in. So I drop it, the round falls out. I slam my mag back in, and I rack it, and it ejects it empty every single time.
Text me your address and I'll send you a new extractor. Tell me what kind you want and I'll send it to you.
All right, cool. If you can.
I will.
So that was Friday. Good news, bad news. I mean, good news, I finished at the top of my category. Bad news, I was last place. But I was the only one with iron sights, so
I
it is what
gotcha.
it is. And then,
That reminded me of something. I bet that 4 of us have more rounds through our Glocks than Kamala Harris does through hers.
jeez.
Well, that means I would think that
Glocks or
you only need you only need one round to do what Rob said. I mean, if you have one round through your
Yeah,
Glock,
you're right.
then
Okay, I'm not saying very much.
Well, yeah, right. So, I don't even want to talk about that lady. I can't wait for this whole thing to be over. Then Monday, I decided to compete in a outlaw rimfire steel match using handgun and using a new Matacor X that I was given from Tandem Cross. I took a photo. I did a speed run because, again, I was one mag short. That was hilarious. Went to a gun shop because I had to go and buy extra magazines. Well, I thought I had 3 good mags, and I was going to pick up 2 more.
You seen these yet, Tony?
I had 2. Yeah, nice.
those are the
Yeah, they're
tandem
connected,
cross.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get some of those. Need to contact them. Reason being, I went there, and you're supposed to have 5 mags each run. I had 4. So after I shoot my string, I drop a mag and hand it to somebody behind me. They loaded it for me, so I'd have 5.
Right.
That's the cool part about, running local matches and just running matches, man. People are pretty cool. And it allowed, I did not finish in last place, and I finished at the top of my category again because I was the only one running with iron sight. So number 1, I'm number 1. But looking at the times between me with an iron sight and everybody else with a red dot is ridiculous, bro. Like, just running a handgun is so much faster.
Oh yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Can I? You have progressive lenses or bifocals, don't you, Tony?
Yeah, I do the whole
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
up and down.
Is that slowing you down?
Probably.
I don't think that's.
I refuse to shoot with mine. I tried to shoot with my optic, with my progressive lenses, and I had to take them off and go to my truck and get my distance glasses and just change the focal piece for the eye. And then now, when I shoot a red dot with a pistol, since I'm stretched out, I shoot better with it. But if I have my progressive lenses on, I can't.
Huh.
Whatsoever.
I didn't notice that, but I'll have to check it out because again, I use iron sights on the handgun. So I noticed like I have to focus. You know what I mean? I have to focus getting the because with the SR-22 Ruger SR-22 pistol, you got the 2 red in the back and the white in the front, and I got to make sure red in the front, 2 white in the back. I have to make sure I concentrate and keep that lined up and keep my trigger squeeze honest. I mean, because we're shooting at what 15 or 20 yards at a target that's this freaking big, but you're trying to go fast, and it's like going fast and missing means nothing, bro. So that anyway, it was fun. I suggest people get out. It was about 250 rounds. I think you go through 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 over and over again.
Yeah. You figure if you don't miss at all, each stage is 25 rounds. And then if you have 5 stages plus misses, we usually tell people, bring 200 rounds minimum. Yeah. Because you're gonna miss.
You're gonna miss. Because you're trying to go fast. And you're overthinking. And I found myself nervous with my first, the first 5.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, get your stuff together, get it together, focus. And then when I would go over to the next table, because we ran 2 tables, so as soon as this one goes quiet, this one starts.
Because you were inside, right? Indoor range.
Yeah, we were indoors. Yeah. Well, when I shifted over, because I was using the Advocate from Gideon, they sent it to me and I have it
on the 1022, right?
On the 1022. So it was good to go on the right hand range. When I get to the left and I brought it up, the light shining behind me hit the lens just right that I was getting white reflective light, like over half the lens, and then the red dot, the reticle is behind it, and then I'm trying to cover a white target. And I'm like, whoa, this slowed me way down, bro. It was like, okay, how do I? So my time reflected it.
Yeah.
Where ball?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, true. But listen, that was my first full match shooting rimfire. The first one, they called it because the air filtration unit went down.
That's right.
So this was my first full match. It was a lot of fun. I wanted to take, that Matador, dude, you could go so much faster than I was going. But again, this is the first time. The hard part about shooting at NRA ranges with NRA rules is you can't practice shooting fast.
Yeah, that's true.
How fast can you get with a 22 before somebody comes over and say you can't shoot like that?
Yeah.
So anyway, a lot of fun. And then I went to a range. I'm going to post up some pictures. Went to Classic Pistol over in PA. And they had a TT, what do you call it? Russian 7.62 by 25.
Yeah. Tokarev or Tokarev, however you want to pronounce it.
Yeah, so they had a Tokarev that they put a comp on, bro. They had like
that's like 25 or 32 caliber.
Yeah, it's screaming.
Yeah, it
fast.
is fast, baby. That thing goes about that. It was pretty much 357 SIG before 357 SIG.
Yeah, that's a good explanation of it.
The CZ Scorpions or the original Scorpions are.
Yeah, those
the original Scorpions were in that. They had the Czech 52, CZ 52 was in that.
Yeah.
It was barely holding on to that cartridge because it was so hot. Because CZ52 was like a delayed blowback or a roller.
Yeah.
Roller delayed. And that thing was maxed out.
I bet.
And they had some Russian stuff. And because I only have like maybe 300 rounds of it. That stuff was hot. Mm-hmm. And I so wanted. They made an AR in it, if you can believe it or not. They made an AR upper.
Yeah.
And dude, that was back, way back.
Oh, that was like early 90s, right?
It was when they were just making everything, bro. When they were making everything, it was before
the crime bill.
Before the crime bill.
Yeah, so
and that's when that stuff was almost as cheap as 22 ammo.
Oh yeah, I remember what was it? I
Cans
almost
of it.
bought like, what was it? One of the FEGs or whatever pistols that they were importing in that caliber for like, literally it was like $69 or something was what the price of it.
It was so stupid. And
yeah.
I wish I would have got it.
Yeah. I'm like,
it's about 90 cents a round now, I think.
oh yeah, because getting
Yeah.
it's hard to find.
Yeah, it's not worth getting.
No,
Like,
not now.
you can just get 357 SIG and
Or
have
something
cheap.
else. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like if you want something weird,
Yeah.
it's cheaper just to get something weird that's being made.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
that was cool. And one more thing I discovered, I'm going to take a picture of. I'll talk to you guys about. I finally got to see a Security 380 from Ruger. I got my hands on it.
That's right. Yeah.
I recommend that over a Smith & Wesson Easy.
Now, because those are a semi larger pistol, correct? They're like on the same size as the 9 frame, or kind of like this Easy is. Yeah. Because the other day I got to pick up one of the new Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 380s, the ones that are built like they should have been built in the first place. And I wouldn't recommend it to certain people for certain reasons. It is very tiny. It's like the size of the 365 and 380, but the slide's hard to rack because it's still blowback. It's not an easy rack slide, and it's small, but comfortable wise, it was nice. I mean, for being so tiny, I was pretty impressed with it.
All right. Mine goes the other way.
Right.
I'm the other way. And it's hammer fired, but the hammer is concealed.
Right. On the
so
Ruger.
That allows way easier rack, like 2-finger rack.
Yeah.
And unlike the Easy, it doesn't have the pistol grip where people can just get it wrong.
Yep.
It doesn't work.
See, I had the Security 9, and I gave it to my daughter, and I thought it was a fantastic pistol. I put 1,000 rounds in it in like 2 weekends before I give it to her.
Yeah.
And, and she's like, Daddy, I'd like to have something different. And I handed it to her, and I was like, take this one. I said, people will badmouth it because it's a Ruger and it's $300 and some odd dollars. I said, I've had zero malfunctions out of it.
And
the heck with the bad mouthers.
And the thing is the 380 is the same size, so it's going to have less recoil shooting it.
Yeah, and it was fantastic. I mean, this was several years ago. And I thought it was great, and I had even personally looked at getting the Security 9 Compact, but before I had bought the SIG 365.
Right, I hear you.
So with my hands, it still fit my hand. Of course, I was in Freedom Land, so I was able to hold a 15-round magazine.
Right.
And that would be what I had. And again, this is not for me, but I have enough new people to come and shoot, and sometimes you'll find someone that's either recoil sensitive, what can happen, or they just don't have that hand strength. Not grip, not as in to rack it, but they don't have the grip strength to hold on to that slide. And the combination between a full-size pistol that you can get both hands securely wrapped around the firearm, and easy to rack, and the trigger was not horrible because you're dealing with a Ruger, and it has a safety on it for new shooters, but the safety's stiff enough in putting it on that you won't accidentally flip, and small enough. It's stiff and small, giggity, that you can't flip it on by accident, and you can flip it off easily if you put that as part of your draw stroke.
Right.
Just run your finger down it in case Murphy shows up.
Because he will. Nice. I actually wasn't sure if I was going to make it to the range either. I didn't shoot any competition or anything. I went out on Friday evening because I needed to take some pictures of that Nightstick 160, their rifle weapon light, the long throw version that's like 100,000 candela and only like 800 lumens. And I got some pictures of it. So, of course, the range was still open, so I was there. I figured I might as well shoot some steel at 200 yards, which, it had been a little while since I'd done anything like that. And did I hit the steel all the time? No, but I wasn't really trying. And plus, as people know who've shot at night, I was shooting it. It's mounted on that 12.5-inch Foxtrot Mike pistol. Is that thing on a shorter barrel? You get a lot more smoke, and you can even see the unburnt powder. And so, talk about a photonic barrier. All you see is white light.
Yeah, right.
I mean, literally, after the first shot, it's like, okay, double tap. Yeah, but if you are trying to hit something after the first shot, you got to wait a little second just for it to clear the light. Now, granted, if the light was really dim, I can't even talk anymore. It may have helped, but because of the style of light it still worked fairly well. You could see the target kind of through it, but between that and the reticle, and it wasn't it was just a 1-power optic I was shooting. So there was a bunch of stuff, but I basically took it out to take pictures of so that in the review, I can show people what it looks like. And nice thing about having it at the range is the range only goes to 200 yards, but you still have some idea. You get to be like, okay, these targets are at 200 yards. So when you guys read the review, you're like, oh, I can at least definitely see 200 yards and make stuff out. So, that's all I did. I didn't really do anything else. So that, I guess, leads us to announcements. Bandwidth sponsors our friends at Patriot Patch Co. New patches came from the Patch of the Month Club. Patch here, sticker here. Now, it's the Attack of the Gun Grabbers. It says RIP Logic and Rights, and this Zombies says it has an I voted sticker. And my wife proceeded to say that, is that Nancy Pelosi?
Maybe about 30 years ago, yeah.
and so I texted.
It's actually Dianne Feinstein now.
So I texted Ryan to ask him, and he said no. He just said it's just a dead voter. I'm like, So that's here. You better go check them out because it's pretty cool. They have all kinds of stuff, and so that's cool. Affiliates discounts, check them out on the website. You know where they are. They're also in the show notes. And since Rob's here today, that means he gets to tell us all about this is just a podcast and stuff.
Since Rob's here today, Rob will get to say the views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the individual co-host and do not reflect the official policy or position of the Firearms Radio Network and or their employers. This is not legal advice, nor should it be considered as such. Viewer discretion is advised. This is especially true on live shows. And our main topic tonight is going to be sponsored by XS Sights. For over 25 years, XS Sights has helped you get on target faster, offering tritium sights in all different types, styles. Low light is no longer an obstacle. Most options come with a brightly colored photoluminescent ring around the tritium. The colored ring makes them work great in daylight also. XS Sights has a sights for everyone. Big dots, ghost rings, standard knot and post. Minimalist, suppressor height, all of them offering tritium options. Available for you in a plethora of firearms types, from shotguns and to handguns. XS Sights has you covered for all your low light sighting needs. And our product of the week is their DXT2 Pro Series Big Dot Night Sights for the Glocktober sales event.
Yeah, they're having a Glocktober sales event, so I think all their Glock sights are on sale. But I will tell you that even though they're on sale, use the code GGR20 because you'll get 20% off almost everything at XS Sights, which is better than the sale they're having.
Nice. And happy birthday. Happy anniversary to Jeff over at XS Sights. I hope your wife buys you a shirt that doesn't fit you.
A man-size shirt, though. A man-size
Well, speaking of shirts, Tony, you need to get on your daughter about making us some shirts because she's supposed to be drawing up a design for me, and she's slacking.
I wonder, Chad, if they've got the sale going on, could you use GGR20 to get 20% off, including the sale?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Yeah, you need to calm down.
Yeah,
there, Russ.
yeah.
Listen. Give my daughter a break. She grew up without a father.
Yeah, because he left for.
She grew up without her father.
He went for a pack of Alpines and some milk back 21 years ago.
Yeah.
I went to get some almond milk, and I've come to find out almonds don't have titty. So,
Damn.
Well, so much for Excess Sites being our sponsor now. But what I was saying about the shirts is maybe we might be able to help Jeff out.
Yeah, sure.
Because he might need a medium of one of the shirts we have made.
Oh, dude. Okay, yes, I'll send the thing to my daughter and make sure she gets on making sure. So when we see him at shot, we can give him an SS. We can give him 2 extra smalls.
But
put them together, they'll make a medium, Chief.
That's right. That's how it works, right? I mean, I would order 2 small shirts just to see that. I hope he's listening. So, I guess that means we have a main topic thanks to Rusty, and he was slacking yesterday. He said he had a migraine, so I feel bad for him because I get those too. So he sent me the pictures, and I got the review posted, and he is going to tell us all about the Foxtrot Mike Ranch Rifle.
So what we have here is the Foxtrot Mike Ranch Rifle.
Nobody can talk today. Rob couldn't. I couldn't.
And I'm sober.
Oh, that's your problem.
That's the problem. That's the problem right there.
Hang on a minute.
Oh, he's got that twisted T.
There you go. Now we're going to speak in some English.
So I had the pleasure of getting one of the ranch rifles from Foxtrot Mike after SHOT Show this year. When I saw one, I was intrigued at how it looked, how it functioned, and the machine that went into it. I liked the fact that it was 50 state legal, was set up like the familiar 870 shotgun, had a forward charging handle, and still took standard capacity AR magazines. The 16-inch barrel version of the ranch rifle provides a balanced platform for out to medium range engagements. The rifle features a bufferless design, which is one of the hallmark innovations of Foxtrot Mike. This eliminates the need for traditional buffer tubes so that other stock options can be had, hence the addition of the Hogue 870 stock. With a nice touch offering a super comfort and control for shooters who are familiar with their old 870 shotgun feel, this will feel like a no glove, especially during extended range sessions. The stock provides excellent support and helps with recoil management. The charging handle, which is housed in the handguard on the Foxtrot Mike Ranch Rifle, can be changed from the left side to the right side. This is so you can choose which side you want to charge the rifle from. The handguard is also M-LOK compatible, so you can add your favorite accessories to it. They also offer a slap mod. This makes charging similar to an HK. I did not have this option on my rifle, but it's another feature you can get to add to yours. The 4-port muzzle device is designed to reduce both muzzle rise and recoil, making quicker follow-up shots and better overall control of the rifle. This is especially helpful in rapid-fire scenarios where muzzle control is essential. The device works well in combination with the rifle's bufferless system. The 16-inch barrel ensures that the rifle can perform effectively at varying ranges, from short to long ranges as well. The rifle is chambered in 5.56 NATO. The use of standard AR mags is a plus. Shooting the ranch rifle was a complete joy. Once I figured out the manual of arms, things are in a few different spots than your traditional AR. I have a problem trying to reach the mag release to do fast reloads, but this is a ranch rifle, not a tactical rifle. Not saying you can't use it as such. I had it topped off with an addable green dot and ran close to 2,000 rounds to the rifle. at ranges. Through the rifle, both at range and at a class. When I first started shooting the rifle, I had a few malfunctions. These were in the first few mags. Once I got it nice and hot, the rifle was ready to roll, and it has been going ever since. Accuracy of the rifle is better than I can shoot. At 25 yards, it will cut little cluster groups with a dot sight. Out to 50 to 100 yards, it's still on target. It's accurate enough with a dot to hunt or do varmint control. I did not put a magnified optic on it. I am sure that if I would have, it would have been more accurate. I was shooting from the same position most of the time. This is a rifle I would suggest to someone who wants quality at a good price, or someone who just might not want a black rifle for whatever reason. If you live in one of those states where you cannot have a certain AR style rifle, the Foxtrot Mike rifle might be just what you need. I plan on taking mine on some of my hunting trips this year. It also stays close by in the house. It swings like the old 870, but with that AR rifle firepower. So I shot this in a class because my AR actually went down and I had this with me. I was just showing it off when I had it, but I wound up running, I don't know, close to 500 rounds through it in a class, and it run flawlessly. You just have to change your grip for me to get to the mag release on it. The rifle is fantastic. It's just one of the things I didn't put in review. It sits a little higher because it's bufferless. The rail sits a little bit higher, so that's one reason I didn't put a magnified optic on it. I put the red dot down close to the bottom of the rail. So the Firearms Insider 8 key points. Claim to fame is the bufferless operating system, 50 state legal. Some AR accessories will interchange. Direct impingement operating system, 4-point muzzle brake. The target market is hunters that want an AR performance in a non-AR rifle. Coming to state people. Those who choose quality and value. Features and benefits, it's 223 Wild. Low receiver machine from aircraft grade aluminum. It's got the Magpul SG 870 stock. It's got a mil-spec ranch rifle trigger. This is their own trigger that has a different kind of a swing to it or a pull to it. They do have a hyper fire trigger you can put in there that makes a big difference. I think Chad has a hyper fire trigger.
Well, I don't have the ranch rifle, and I have a few AR hyper fire triggers.
Yeah,
and they are really nice.
They say it's phenomenal. I have the standard one. It's just I have to reposition my trigger finger up to where I usually keep it like a little lower and rest it. And because I like straight triggers, this one's curved and I have to take it a little higher up. And I just have to change my hold on it a little bit, but it's not a big deal. So there's a lot of different links, different things. There are a lot of different things here, that you can go through. It's the intermediate gas system, the billet aircraft aluminum, the fire and pin extractor is made out of S7 tool steel. Other aesthetics and options you can get. There's so many things you can get. You can get the Whoop stock. You can get the 870. They're trying to come out with a floating stock feature for it. He told me, I'm not sure if it's come out yet or not, but I don't think it has, but they're working on it. The Hyperfire trigger, the Hunter Crown barrel, the synthetic stock. There's so many different things. Link to other reviews is Gun Mag Warehouse and the American Rifleman. You can go there and check them out. So depending on the options that you can get, the price point runs anywhere between $949 to $1499. And if you look at any of the other so-called ranch rifles that are out there, this is right in line with them and actually probably a little cheaper than some of the two other companies that make a rifle this style. So the pros is American made. It's reliable. They have fantastic customer service. It takes AR mags. It's bufferless. I like that. The cons, it's got a kind of a weird trigger to get used to. Different manual arms. The mag release is hard to reach. I gave it an 8. I thought it was amazing. I did have a few malfunctions. I don't know if it was just, he told me I probably would to starting off. And if I did have any problems, to give him a call. He said it was just a kind of a breaking period. I think it was like the first 2 or 3 magazines, and I actually recorded it, and I posted them on social media because, it was just something different that happened, and I wasn't sure what it was, but I wasn't sure if it was a magazine or it was ammo or what. But I've got, like I said, I've got 2,000 rounds to it right now, and I have no problem taking this gun anywhere with me and running it because it runs fantastic.
I gotcha.
Any questions?
I don't have any, but do these guys?
I don't have a question, but I do have a statement as far as people that live in communist states. Here's the thing. Because I got friends that are dealing with this living here. And if you're not in the firearms and you just stepped into this whole world that we take advantage of and take for granted, the rules drive you nuts. Mm-hmm. The forbidden features, the evil features. Will they ban this feature in your state? Because they can. And now you got to fight your way out of a hole. Now, what do you do as somebody who just wants to be a law-abiding citizen? So with something like this, it gets rid of most of the evil features. All you're left with is a semi-automatic with a detachable magazine. You know what I mean? So that knocks out the bayonet lug, that sort of pistol grip. So all of a sudden, you don't have as many evil features. You pretty much have a semi-automatic lever action. So that might be an option for somebody that just doesn't want to deal with all the bull crap, because when they pass laws, they really don't let you know. If you're just a regular human being, they don't send out an email. They don't put things all over the news that now this is illegal. So if you don't want the trouble, or if you have family and friends that are staying away from ARs, and really they shouldn't, because easy to shoot, lightweight, have a caliber that's easy to freaking reload. I mean, not reload, but easy to find. Magazines that are easy to find. There's a hell of a lot of advantage to the AR platform. And if you're shying away from it because you're worried about legalities, these ranch rifles are really a way for you to still have a very good defensive, offensive firearm if need be, but a very good firearm, and not have to worry about some of that stuff unless they get really ridiculous.
And
I tell you what I did in my class, and when I run classes, I run the class with it, I use 30 round magazines. What I keep at the house is 20 round mags. And when I'm when I'm hunting, when I'm going to hunt with it, I have 10 round magazines I'm going to use, because that's just, I'm hunting. I'm not out trying to knock the woods down. I'm not chopping trees with it. So to me, I think it's a fantastic option. If you're out there, if you want something to keep on your four-wheeler, your side-by-side, your old pickup truck you're bouncing the woods with, if you're running, trap lines or whatever you're doing, I don't care, whatever you're doing, you're varmint control hunting, 10 rounds is plenty, for me. You can carry as many as you want to, because I've carried 30 rounds plus whatever.
So, Rusty, are you limited by magazine capacity to hunt with you? Okay.
No, I can carry whatever. It just, with rifles, I carry as much as I want. It's just, I hunt in a very hilly area, so that's a lot of ammo I need to carry.
Yeah.
And so usually if I carry a bolt action, I usually have 3 to 4 rounds in it, and I might have 3 to 4 rounds in another magazine, or sometimes I don't even have an extra magazine. I just got a few shells in my pocket, or a pistol. So
yeah,
I don't see, for this is somebody who just wants to hunt with the right ammunition. This is a viable, small to medium game rifle for deer, or
because you
all the way up to muletail.
If you could run 75 grain, 70 grain, and there's some decent hunting ammo in the like 60 to 75 range for 223.
You get some varmint rounds that will just do total destruction when they go in and just obliterate all the organs if you punch it right.
Yeah, but if you're using it for deer, I'm not thinking. I was thinking
Just say it.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to add to what Tony was saying is the reason you see there on the 100 Crown barrel is one of the options is because yours is threaded.
Mm-hmm.
And the 100 Crown's just another one, like Tony was saying. So if you lived in a restricted state, a non-threaded barrel might take away a point, or you may not be able to have threads. So, they have that option available for you, which is part of the reason it's 50 state legal.
Yeah, they put a lot of thought into this, and Foxtrot Mike has been good to me. Now, they did give me this, and I've built a relationship with them, and I have bought a lot of stuff from them. I just built an SBR completely out of paid parts that I've paid for them. I didn't ask for them. I said, hey, what do you got in stock?
Right.
I want to buy it. I don't want you to give it to me.
Yep. And they have been really good to us so far. Like I have their FM15, which is AR, but bufferless. And that review's on the website also. And then for Zoe's rifle build, they sent one of their stripped lowers.
I have a buffered AR, one of theirs, and it's probably one of the most accurate AR. And he sent it to me because I think he felt sorry for me because I had a name brand barrel and stuff blow to pieces. And he built me one. And I was just general conversation with him, and he's like, let me send you one.
Well, let me send you an upper. Yeah, exactly. So that is Rusty's Foxtrot Mike Ranch Rifle Review. We'll keep this going. And this next thing, we're into the product spotlight and discussion. And this we put in here thanks to Tony. And it is the Armscore Rock Island DY9. MSRP on this is $399. Retail is $300. Tony said they have them for like $250, but I think that was the previous model because the newer model is optics ready. So I think that's where the extra $50 is. But either way, it's $300. So let's talk about this thing. It is one of the Armscore Rock Island imports, not from their Philippine plant, which we have to specify that because this is from Dirya Arms in Turkey, I think is
yep.
Turkey. Which I don't have a problem with that, but it is Glock compatible. Correct, Tony?
It's 100% Glock compatible.
Yeah. It now. The frame looks a little different. The slide looks Glockish, but that's just for reasons. So it has your basic, fire pin block. It uses a black melanite finish on this one, or 3.86 inch barrel. So it's 4-inch barreled version. Of course, polymer changeable back straps. It comes with True Glow fiber optic high vis front and green rear sight. It's available with 10 or 15 round mags, depending on which state you live in. Overall length is 6.9 inches. Width is 1.16. Height 4.56. They say it weighs 1.81 pounds. Semi-automatic, of course. It is California compliant, which is a plus. Let's see if I'm forgetting anything here because I know I'm missing something. So it uses it. I can't tell, and they don't really say. Tony might know what kind of rail is on the front of it. If it's a pick rail. It is a pick rail.
Yep.
So you get all the parts that interchange. So if you want a better trigger, you can put in a Glock trigger. It looks like it has built into the frame kind of a mag well to help with. You can get it in FDE or black. I mean, basically, front and rear charging serrations. It's got some grip where your thumbs, fingers will go. I don't know if it flares out. I couldn't really tell by the pictures. Tony's shot one before.
Yeah. So I'll give you the rundown as soon as you're done this.
I am pretty much done with what their website has never been great. And like I said, the new ones are optics ready. So that's a plus.
Okay. The mag. Okay, let's start at the top. It has high vis, like fiber optics, right? Front and back.
Right.
They're thick. They're real thick. So when you do the sight picture, the front sight completely fills the gap.
Oh, I hate that. But
I did not like that at all.
But I've seen ones like that. Yeah.
It made it almost like a big doctor shoot, and I really didn't like that. But it's Glock sights. It's Gen 3 Glock.
Yeah.
It does not take Gen 5 Glock mags.
And we know where you can get some excellent Glock sights.
Especially in Glocktober.
Yeah, exactly.
So it has the exact same trigger feel as actually a little better. Now, I had my guys dry fire it. I had the guys at the range dry fire it. They work at the gun store, and they compared it side by side to a Glock Gen 5, Glock 19. Better trigger than the Glock 19 Gen 5. And this has and that has the improved trigger on it. So
right.
Cool. Also, the mag well on the bottom is awesome because with my hands, my own Glock pistol doesn't fit that well. That mag well pushes my hand up, gives me a full-handed grip. It's not even a big mag well. It blends really well, and it's removable if you don't want it there. Also, the undercut on the trigger, it doesn't have that regular Glock undercut that you see people put in aftermarket. It's just thinner to start off with. Pretty much the trigger's shaped like maybe a CZP-07.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I'm looking at the pictures. I'm like, it's got a different shape. And when you said that, the P07, it looks a lot like that.
Yeah, it has that P07 like grip. It's got 4 back straps it comes with, so you can change the sides. It has a gas pedal, and it is ramped, so you can just punch right out, and your thumb will go there. Now, Ryan, okay, this is what happened. I go to We Shoot for the diversity shoot, and they can't wait. The owner couldn't wait to show me this new gun. I'm like, yo, this is pretty cool. What's the price? And I'm like, well, what are you guys selling it for? Because, I'm going to tell you guys how much it is. And he was like, we're selling it for $250. Actually, below $250. We're selling it for like $240, whatever, $250. I was like, that's insane. So we take it to the back. We take some pictures. I make a little video of it. We dry fired it. And one of the guys that works there lives in Pennsylvania. So he can transfer it to PA and just buy it same day. All of us live in Jersey, have to do paperwork. We have to wait for it to come back, yada, yada, yada. If you're starting from jump, you won't get that gun for a month, pretty much in Jersey.
If not longer.
So, yeah, or if not longer. So I just start hopping on it. And hair on your ass if you don't buy this pistol. You got to buy this pistol. Dude, what's wrong with you? Why wouldn't you buy this pistol? I mean, just as a backup pistol, you should buy this pistol. And I just go in. He's like, yeah, it's a really good pistol. But we're trying to save up money to do some work at the house. I'm like, bro, this pistol's going to be like a Canic. I was like, Canics were great deals when they first came out, but as more and more people got them, they just jacked the price up. Canic was like a $300 gun when they first came out.
Exactly.
I stayed on him, dude. He bought the pistol, and then he took it brought it into us. It says, I want you guys at Diversity Shoot to be the first one to shoot it. So it was not cleaned. We took it to the line and immediately ran probably about 300 rounds. No problems. So I talked to my guys afterwards that shot it. And I'm like, all right, what do you guys think? Because all of us have years of pulling triggers, various kinds of firearms. Everybody was like, it's a Glock. It's a Glock with better features than the Glock, including extended slide release, enlarged mag release, and it has all of these things that your Glock does not have on its stock, and you get it for half the price of the Glock. Downside, it doesn't have the same track record, but it's a Glock Gen 3. What do you want? Now, they didn't have this particular one with the optics ready, and I don't even see the tan one on the website anymore because they used to at least give you the option to click it.
Yeah, I didn't see it on the website either, or their site where you can buy them from. And so who knows? Maybe they stopped importing that one. You never know.
Man, You never know. I hope they don't because it looked good. I'll be posting the video. I didn't want to do it before this. I actually wanted to talk about it here, and then I'll post it on so people can check it out. And then I can tell them, Friday the show's going to release, and we're going to be talking about it more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I rarely do this, and I hope it doesn't bite me in the butt. If you've got a Glock, if you have a Glock and that's your self-defense firearm and you like the trigger on a Glock, I suggest you get a second Glock if you use your firearm in a defensive use. You need to have enough. I also suggest if you train, if you have a firearm, regardless of what it is, you should train with it. And if you go to a training class, you should take more than one gun. So for me, this is a perfect second gun. A lot of options. Truly, the only thing I do is change out the sights because of my preference, not that there's anything wrong with the sights. And this would be a great secondary gun to take to a training class. This would be a great secondary gun for you to be a Glock owner. This would be a good gun if you're like me and your Glock is old school with no optics cuts. You can get the newer one with an optics cut. I mean, think about it. You get this and one of the optics from the people that we actually have on the show, from Primary Arms to Gideon to Adable, you can be $500 in and have a freaking Gen 3 Glock with all the bells and whistles and an optic.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
And
so I think this is an opportunity for anybody out there to jump on this before who knows what can happen, from dock worker strike to politics.
yeah. And I do believe that it does come with the plates. It's not like you have to send them your serial number or whatever and be, oh, I want this plate, or
yeah. I didn't know it actually had True Glow. It's not a knockoff. It's actually
they're actual True Glow sights. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of
I have
amazing.
No idea how they're selling this gun for this price, man. I really have no idea, because it's not a knockoff sight. They're actually using the company. So,
yeah.
Hey, man, I never do this. We got almost 10 years of me though. Yeah.
Just go buy one.
Just go buy one.
Yeah.
Don't bullcrap and get caught up and let this price be one of those things that we all have lived through going, man, I wish I'd have bought one of those.
Wasn't I just talking? We were talking at the beginning of the show about our $60 guns that we should have bought.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
I'm just letting you know, this is, now, other thing, I don't know about holsters because of the different trigger guard.
Right.
All right. But it has a pick rail, and you can get a holster that locks onto the freaking, the light.
Yeah.
So like you get a stream light or something like that.
Yeah. Just get a light. A couple weeks ago, I talked about the Works holsters. They make light bearing holsters. So something he makes will, I'm sure, fit it.
Yep.
Yep. Nice. Rusty Rob, you got anything on it, or did we all take it over?
I think you covered it, man. I think it's another good twist with a good price.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking at a website that's got them listed from $258 to $300 right now.
Yeah, and I think it just kind of depends on which one is. Like, some of the less expensive ones are probably the ones without the optics plate, and I think they're only importing the optics plate ones now.
Yeah, I'm on gun.deal.
Yeah,
and they got them. Got all the different gun shops that have them.
Yeah,
and I mean, you can get them for $259 if you wanted them.
Yeah,
and the old ones are out of stock, and they were $229.
Yeah, okay, that probably explains it.
Is that what it was? All right, yeah, 100%. I'd get the one with the optics cut, because why in the world would you buy a modern one and not have an optics cut on it at this point? That's ridiculous.
Especially for $40 or whatever extra.
Yeah, you're not going to get your gun optics cut for $40.
No.
And if you do, you don't want it.
That sounds about right. So that was the Armscore Rock Island DY9. Next up, Angstead Arms has come out with their Vanquish 22 integrally suppressed Ruger 1022 barrel. So this is a suppressor. It does require a tax stamp. MSRP is $599, which is not terrible. And you can either get it in silver colored or FDE or black. Like we said, it does require a tax stamp, but it has a few things. It has no baffles. Some people, I'll go on here a little bit and you'll understand. So 0 baffles, but what it does is basically has slots, cutouts in the barrel itself that vents gas into the tube to suppress it. But just like the old MP5s that were suppressed, it also drops standard velocity 22 long rifle rounds down to subsonic speeds. So therefore, as long as you're not using the supersonic ammo or the, weird stuff, it will still be subsonic. So it will suppress like a subsonic. That's always super cool. It is drop-in design because the outer diameter is 920, which is your standard bull barrel size for 1022s. It does have a Benz match chamber, so it'll probably be a little more accurate. Standard 1 in 16 twist rate. It is 18.5 inches long. The inside barrel is a Shaw 416R stainless. The shroud suppressor, of course, is Cerakoted aluminum. Weighs 1.3 pounds, so it's not heavy per se. Basically, it'll work as long as you have a stock that will accept a 920 barrel, which is a lot of them, or a lot of the chassis for sure. Now, I like the concept of how it will drop normal velocity ammo down to subsonic, because with a 22, it's not like you're going to lose that much. It's not like you're trying to drop, an AR from, rifle speed to subsonic. So you're not doing that. But the only thing I don't like about these has nothing to do with the Angstead Arms suppressor. It's that I'm paying a tax stamp for one gun. Some people are okay with that. I'm still at the point where I'm going to buy a 6-inch screw-on suppressor. And yeah, I know it'll make the rifle longer, but I could possibly SBR it. Yes, it's going to cost me another $200, but I can still use that suppressor on any other rimfire I have. So that's me. What do you guys think?
I agree with your statement, Chad. If it wasn't for the fact that it takes several months to get the tax stamps back from the ATF.
Well, nowadays,
one of these?
Yeah, it's pretty quick nowadays, though, if you do the e-forms.
I mean, that's the one thing that's kept me from buying one of these dedicated barrels for a 1022 or any other rifle for that matter, because you can't use it on any other gun you have. It's dedicated to that gun, but it's pretty slick, I think.
Yeah, I think it's pretty slick, too. Tony's just going to ignore us because he can't have them.
It just all makes me angry.
Yeah, Tony's angry.
Great. I've been on the 1022 kick lately. I like it. As I have a suppressor that is screwed on, but I think it's, if you want a more compact, integrally suppressed, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
that's
what you got is what it is. I mean, I agree with what you're saying, Chad, but I also understand getting something that's integrally suppressed. It says it doesn't have baffles, which is interesting. And so I'm assuming it either has that wire mesh all the way around it that just breaks it up with holes in the barrel, maybe?
No, it probably doesn't even have wire mesh around it. It's probably just a single tube. And by the way they cut the vents in the barrel or drill holes, they can direct the gas in certain directions. So as the gas moves through, because just a closed tube will suppress.
All right.
And because it's got it's volume that compresses the gases.
It just dissipates the gases. Yeah.
Right. And so in this case, they probably do something to that effect. I'm sure it's probably just as quiet as a screw-on suppressor that has baffles.
Yeah, whatever. Free state stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So
So do you have to take this thing apart to clean it? Because 22s are notoriously dirty.
Well, you will eventually, but they say you have fewer cleaning headaches because there are no baffles in it, and you never have to worry about baffle strikes. But it is a rimfire suppressor, so eventually you will still have to. But the baffles usually get blasted with lead and stuff, and by this not being the same, the gases are going to escape differently. But yeah, you're still going to have to clean it. So that is the Angstead Arms Vanquish 22. Now Rusty gets to shine again.
Oh, VZ Grips have been manufacturing handgun grips since 2003. With a reputation for quality, consistency, and innovation, top-tier manufacturers choose VZ. They come in a variety of styles, patterns, colors, and are manufactured from proprietary G10, micarta, carbon fiber, or polymer. Available with a varying degree of texture, VZ offers a wide range of grips for all different firearm types. Made in the USA, VZ gives you the grip you can count on. Featured grip of the week is the VZ No. 2 Tactical Pencil.
Yeah, and I know you guys have seen all these, so it looks like a pencil, but it's a stabby thing.
It's a stabby thing that does it right.
Yeah. So
So if you want a No. 2 VZ Tactical Yellow G10 Pencil, go to vzgrips.com. GGR15 gets you 15% off handgun rifle grips and tactical stabby things.
Yeah.
At vzgrips.com.
Exactly.
Don't sleep on the tactical stabby thing, because so many people know what these are now.
Mm-hmm. Tactical pens.
The tactical pen. Like, so many people know what it is now that you might not be able to get away with this like you were able to get away with it before. Having a tactical stabby thing is just another option you'll have, especially in a non-permissive environment where people might check you.
Mm-hmm.
Having options is better than not having options.
And I used to have one of these that they gave me at SHOT Show. And, Tony's daughter stole it.
Well, she is my kid.
Yeah. I was going to say that's exactly why. So
$3.99.
That's right. But I figured she needed it more than I did, since I can actually carry a real knife. So that leads us into the next product, which is Fusion Firearms XP Pro. And the reason I put this in here is because it is another double stack 2011 style pistol that takes Glock magazines. So now there's going to be two, not just the platypus. But this one's a little different because it's not a full-size gun. MSRP on it is $1,000, $1,099. This is a 4-inch gun. Still 9mm. Still double stack, 1911 style. Optics cut. It's got a ton of features for the price. Basically, they're offering two colors. One's like a silver and black, and this one's all black. They're running a 4-inch Clark para-ramped barrel, bull barrel style. It's a 4-inch slide, front and rear cocking serrations, vent cuts, Tenifer finished, and unlike a typical 1911 slide, the front is angled at like a 45 on both sides, it looks like, and that's where the cocking serrations are on it. The grip on this particular one is aluminum with a chain link pattern. Checkered front strap, removable mag well comes with it. Sights are fixed combat, RMR plate with co-witness sights included. So it's an RMR plate. Full length guide rod, of course, if that comes with two Glock 17 round magazines, Glock compatible 17 round magazines. And that's where the cool part comes in, because it uses Glock mags. Weight is 35.5 ounces. It is 7.5 inches long. The trigger is a basically flat 1911 style trigger. mag catch, standard checkered polymer. It's got a beaver tail grip safety. Basically, it's got all kinds of stuff that you would want for a decent price. Those sights that comes with are Novak compatible slide cuts or sight cuts. Of course, the rear sight's on a removable plate, so when you remove it, you do lose your rear sight. I guess that's not a terrible thing, especially with what these are. But yeah, this is basically, it's, got ambi safeties. Mag release is not ambi, but ambi safety, larger slide release, standard pick rail. I would love to try one of these out. I am more of a 5-inch fan when it comes to these wide body style frames. But hey, it sounds pretty cool, and I'm just thrilled that somebody else is making one of these with a Glock mag. Tony, now that you're done laughing.
Listen, man. I love being on the show with you. I get to know you, and you said you like them thick, girthy, and 5 inches, and that's good to know. I was checking it out, right? So I watched their video.
Yeah.
Because I was concerned about their rear sight thing too. And I'm still confused even if I watched the video. It sounds like the plate is detachable and your sight comes with it, but they give you plates that comes with a slot. You can install the sights yourself that you want on it, even with your red dot. So you put your red dot on, and it has a slot for the sight.
Yeah. And it sounds to me like they're running a narrower. Like if you look at the pictures, one of them, it shows an RMR on the plate, and right behind it is a sight, and it's much thinner. It's not the Novak style that comes on it. It's more like a Glock sight, thin, but it says it's included, because when you read the sights, it says fixed combat RMR ready, RMR plate with co-witness sights included. So it must include that sight, is what my guess is.
That's what it seems, because I was listening to it and I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? It's not like I take notes when I listen to these things, but I'm trying to pay attention.
Right.
All right. So I see a lot of good in this. I'm listening to the guy talk, and of course he's the guy that helped design it or designed it. So he's going to talk a good game. But he's talking about how it's set up to actually run like it is. They have a bunch of options. They're going to have more options for like triggers. They're going to have the ability to use aftermarket barrels from anybody. They kept a lot of stuff 1911. So if you want to smith it yourself and get work done on it aftermarket, you can. So I think that they've done a lot of thinking with this. I hope it's great, because this market needs... listen, all of a sudden, 1911s aren't obsolete anymore, because they gave the right group of tactical Timmies in 1911, and they all said somehow they're good. Great triggers, all the stuff
we knew ages ago.
Yeah. All the things we knew, I don't know, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 100 years ago. Now tactical Timmies are rediscovering it. Like a friend of mine said, this whole generation is a whole bunch of people pulling a Christopher Columbus, running around discovering crap we already knew.
Yeah, because old is new, and nothing old is new, and nothing new is old.
Yeah, it's like, just stop. So yeah, we're here. You got a 4-inch 1911, and it's able to be worked on with a lot of regular 1911 stuff. Even have the ability to change out the springs, everything. If you don't like it, many other things you can change out to a 1911, even though the ambi safety is going to be different. Slide's going to be wider, because you said you're using a Glock mag and it has to be wide enough to accept Glock mags. So there's some differences. Safety, that's going to be something different. And the takedown pin is going to be different, because, again, it's unique because of the mags. But a lot of the other stuff is the same. So, hey, cool. I wish them luck. Hey, if they want to send a brother one, that'll be awesome too. Except, here's the cool thing about it for me. Any of these other companies making 2011 type firearms are going to have magazine that costs nearly $100, right? If they use Staccato mags.
Yep.
And now my silly ass would have to get $100 Staccato mag.
Yeah.
That's limited to 10
rounds. Yep. Still cost you $100.
Yeah, or buy $100 mag and then pay someone else to limit it to 10 rounds. Or with this, I can just buy a 10 round
Glock mags.
Glock mag.
Yep.
And I'm set.
And that's exactly, and that's the advantage. One of the advantages over it. And yeah, like you said, they're using quality parts. I will mention this because I forgot to mention it earlier. It doesn't have the typical 1911 rounded trigger guard. It does have a squared off trigger guard. It is undercut a little bit. Either way, go check it out. I do know, I'm pretty sure they're in the Florida hurricane path. So, hopefully that won't cause any problems, but I think they're shut down for a few days right now. So, Rob, Rusty, you got anything on it?
I think it's pretty slick.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty cool.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I
like the fact that it takes Glock mags. All these guns come with their own proprietary mag that you have to spend a lot of money on. This is Glock mag standard, so you can just drop any Glock mag you got.
Yeah,
I bet it would take 30 round magazines too.
Yeah, I'm sure it would. Any of the Glock mags, and that's what I was like when the Platypus came out. I was the same thing. I'm like, these are super cool. If they run, the Platypuses did fine. Different company, but same thing. Glock mags. Fusion Firearms looks like they have a bunch of good people working on it that built this thing. I wish them the best of luck. Yeah, I'm like Tony. I'd love to at least shoot one of these just to pick it up, feel it, see how nice it is. But whatever happens. So maybe there'll be a SHOT Show so that we can figure out if it's going to be something we can shoot or at least see. So that was the Fusion XP Pro. And lastly, we have the Wolverine from Cobra Tech Knives. MSRP is $69.99. You can use the code GGR10 and get 10% off that. This is one of their newer auto opening knives. This one, it's not an out the front knife. It's just an auto opening. It looks like it has some good jimping on it. G10 scales. It's got a little blade lock on it, or button lock to lock the button. Side button, of course. Safety switch, like we said. Weighs 4 ounces. Blade length is 3.125 inches. Handles 4 1/4. So the overall is 7.375 inches. Blade is made from D2. It is also coated. I don't know if it's Cerakote or what they're coating it with, but either way, it is a coated. You can get it uncoated also in like an OD green handle instead of the color that we're showing in the pictures. It's got some good jimping on it. It's got kind of, I don't even know what kind of blade style that is.
Harpoon.
Yeah, it's like it is a harpoon style. It probably says that in there. It looks nice. It does have a lanyard hole for all of those people that use them, all one person in the world. But I liked it. The price is right. So I thought it was decent blade steel for the price. It's a auto knife. Looks cool. You guys got anything on it? I mean,
I was trying to figure out which one looked nicer. I like the difference with the black and the orange pivot. That looks really good. But the silver one is no sleeper either with the green G10.
I think
both look good.
I think personally, I was looking at both of them, and I was like, I like the black, but see, I think they should do the black blade with the OD green handle. I think that would be pretty cool.
That would look pretty lit too.
I mean, that's just me.
That would look nice.
Yeah.
I mean, truthfully, buy them both and do it your damn self.
Well, exactly.
Buy them both and do it yourself. So I think these look nice. The G10. Do we have a discount with this or not?
We do. We have a 10% discount. It's GGR10
right,
is
cool.
the code, remember? Because the first one you made fun of. I don't even remember what it was, but I remember
I don't either. I'm just laughing at the fact. that it was horrible, whatever.
Yeah, it was. It was.
No, it was FIGGR 10.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it.
That's it. It would have gotten Aaron from We Like Shooting fired.
Again. So yeah, I like it. I like the company. I like their stuff. I know Rusty likes it. I don't know where he went though.
Yeah,
you there?
I think he might be gone. So, or he would have
All
probably.
right, hold on.
I'm still here.
Oh damn! I was about to do my Rusty impersonation.
Too bad.
No, I'm still
Do it.
I carried my coon skinner all weekend long, Tony.
I think Tony just passed out.
Tony just fell out.
Yeah, he must be in that. He must be in that cart. He fell over. He wrecked again.
I'm gonna tell you. I tell you what. I have bought. I've probably spent, no kidding, $1,000 with them. Just about every time they come out with something, I buy it, and I use our discount code. And I tell as many people as I can about them for a good quality knife with good blade. And this is the company to go to because it's not one of these big companies that are just trying to mass produce as much as they can. They're bringing out good stuff, good looking stuff. You know, we might not always agree with their blade style, but they've got something for everybody, whether it's a flipper, out the front, out the side, a fixed blade, whether you like the name or the discount code. They've got something for everybody.
Exactly. So that is the Cobra Tech Wolverine. And now that leads us into Walker Defense. And they provide shooters with the finest, most innovative quality tactical accessories and firearm components around. If you haven't heard it before, you must be a new listener, and we thank you. But from their Nile grip panels to their Nero muzzle brakes, no details are ever left behind. Only top quality materials are used in the manufacturing process. Together, all of this gives you some of the best firearm performance around. Everything they have to offer is proudly made in the USA. Walker Defense, where American ingenuity beats bleeding edge technology. Now, our Walker Defense product of the week this week is their Blem Nickel Boron Bolt Carrier Group, which means you get to save a bunch of money, and our discount code of Insider15 still gets you 15% off that nickel, the Blems. And that is over at walkerdr.com. So I think that basically lowers it to like $115 or something. I don't know, somewhere around there. So basically you get something dirt cheap. So they go pretty fast, I noticed. So when this comes out on Friday, they may not be in stock anymore. Who knows? So, Tony, tell us about a diversity shoot that's coming up. No, there aren't any. Okay, well,
we
in
have,
that case,
we have coming up, and they've sold out. So I don't know why everybody's playing around. We sold out a week ago for the October 10th event.
Sweet.
At Union Hill. So that's been gone, and right now we only have a couple of tickets left for the 24th.
Nice.
So at Gun for Higher Range, man, they're selling out. People coming. We have really cool gifts. Oh, one of the things I forgot to say I did in Guns was North Jersey Friends of the NRA. I went there, and that was a great thing. And I tried to win some prizes so I could have more raffle gifts given away. And of course, you know, I didn't win diddly until I put money on the one thing I knew I was going to win, because it was workout stuff. It was protein and supplements.
Did you? And you didn't win.
And of course, I won it. So that's going to be one of the raffle prizes that are going to be at Thursday's event at Union Hill Gun Club. Also, some people donated some stuff to us, so I can't wait to see you guys out there. But man, when our tickets go on sale, you're going to have to snatch them up, because we had 3 different families buy tickets because they wanted to come and bring relatives. And that's what we're selling out. Also, I'm working on something else. I should know before the weekend, and I'll announce it. And I also have a lady named Valentine, who is called Naturally Armed on Instagram. If you live in Jersey, she's doing meet and greets for ladies, pretty much doing the same thing I do. Having discussions, talking to first-time gun owners, talking to women exclusively. to make them more comfortable with firearms ownership and to answer questions. She's a firearms instructor. She's an RSO at Gun for Hire Range, and she's trying to make a difference. She has a meet and greet, an event going on Eventbrite. I'm going to be posting her stuff up because it's on October 30th. So other people are in this fight too. She's been doing this on her own, and she came to one of my events and introduced herself to everyone, and I'm supporting her and her works. So please, when you see the stuff that she's putting up, if you could share it, just so people outside who don't follow me can help. And I'm telling you right now, when you share our stuff, a hell of a lot more people see it. I have over 130 shares on one of them, and I think it's like 90-something% of non-followers. And that's something that Instagram says they won't allow me to do. They said people who don't follow me can't see my content. But if you share it, people that don't follow me can see my content. So that helps out a lot. I really appreciate it. If you want to help us with our work, educating people and introducing people to not only firearms, but Second Amendment advocacy, and explaining them the laws in the states they live in, go to diversityshoot.com. We take donations. If you want to help us out and donate product, donate things, you can contact the gun ranges. You can go to diversityshoot.com, find their schedule. You can donate directly to the ranges and just have the stuff labeled. One of the guys, Pietro, has 3 freaking sites that he's donated to us from Vortex. So I have those waiting for me at Gun for Hire Range. I can't wait. Because they really want to help us, and funding helps a lot because we got SHOT Show coming up and we have a lot of stuff during the year, including a new range in 2025 that I'm going to announce this month. So we actually have a new range in New Jersey we will be working with in 2025, and I look forward to it, and I look forward to seeing you guys there. So thank you very much. If you want to follow me, go to X at Second for Everyone. And on Instagram, I'm Simon Says Train. Facebook, Simon Says Train. The second is for everyone. And Tony Simon.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. We got 9.5 years going. Can't wait to kick off year number 10 in 2025.
Yeah, something like that. So you can also send us questions, comments, or feedback to gungearreview@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review somewhere. I don't know if we've had any lately, but you never know. Be sure to visit the Firearms Insider at firearmsinsider.tv because, well, that's where all the reviews are and all the good stuff. You definitely want to go over there. You can check us out on Facebook, X, and Instagram at Firearms Insider. Don't forget to subscribe to that YouTube channel. And please check out all our great sponsors. And as always, thank you for listening to the largest pound for pound podcast on the network, and we are out.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
Gideon Optics says thanks for supporting the Firearms Radio Network. Check out their rifle optics like the Guardian LPVO and pistol optics like the Omega and Rock. Fair prices and great performance on whatever optics you need. Visit GideonOptics.com, where affordability meets quality. Save 10% with code FRN10. Now, listen to another podcast.